In the fall, when the daylight hours are a little shorter and the weather's a little colder, my husband and I love to spend weekends cooking up a storm. So recently I bought a huge thing of mashed pumpkin. And for my friends in Korea, I put the link to where I found the pumpkin on Gmarket in the description below, so you can find it too because it's oddly enough on the baby food section. But at any rate, who doesn't love pumpkin in the fall? So I'm going to use that as my star ingredient in some pumpkin pancakes. To a blender or food processor, you want to start with about half a cup of mashed pumpkin. Now I'm using a denser pumpkin, so if you use the canned kind, you might want to use a little less of the other liquid ingredients or a little more flour. As you can see, my pumpkin is pretty chunky. It doesn't have a lot of moisture in it. To that, I'm adding a cup of milk. You can use whatever kind of milk you like, as usual, soy, rice, nut milk, regular milk if you like, and then 2 tablespoons of olive oil. If you prefer to use coconut oil, make sure that your milk is already at room temperature because coconut oil hardens at a very low temperature, so you don't want it to become really chunky in your wet mixture. I'm just going to blend this up to make the base for my wet ingredients. And then for my dry ingredients, I've got a cup of flour, a tablespoon of baking powder, a tablespoon of sugar. I use organic cane sugar, which is why it's a darker color. And then I'm adding pumpkin seasonings. I've got about half a teaspoon of nutmeg, half a teaspoon of ginger, and a little more cinnamon. If you're a home cook like me, you like to eyeball things and not really measure, so go with what you like best. And then I'm going to whisk this up and very gently add my wet ingredients. When you add the wet ingredients to the dry, you just want to whisk them so that they're mixed enough, but not overmixed. Overmixing your batter will make your pancakes much less light and fluffy. So actually, a few lumps are okay. Get a little olive oil going in your pan, and then choose the size of pancake you like. We tend to like bigger ones, so we're going to make these one at a time. But these also make great small silver dollar pancakes. And because my husband is the best pancake flipper ever,
boom!
I ask him to do that while I videotape. And then continue to flip and flip until they're all done. And then you can top it with a little powdered sugar or whipped cream or whatever suits your fancy.